Abort! Ah, damn it! Pisser! There it is. No, fuck you. Go away. You frickin' 6'7" bullshit. I'm gonna stab you. Oh, there's one. I'm gonna go get it real quick. You want it? It's a million. Bad boy, let's go! You weren't kidding about how you said you're going to back me up. Wow. You took that one totally there, my friend. Yeah, I never thought I'd be doing the Kardashian dance tonight, but, you know. No. You fuck off right now. No. Don't come at me when... Why are you coming to a gunfight with a little toupee like that? Like, seriously. Are you... I guess since I don't have any shields or anything going on, that makes sense. I don't have enough to recruit. Ah! She had the sword! I didn't realize she had the sword and I just got sliced. Who's a good boy? Where was he? Right behind me hiding. Damn it! I was just getting sloppy. It's been a sloppy night. I will say that. Definitely a sloppy night. Oh, hello. Is it me you're looking for? 'Cause I gotta find a way. Run like hell. Abort! Ah, damn it! Pisser! There it is. Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is... Oh, super kick! Let go! Let go! Super kick party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream. Welcome to the AEW Holiday Sidecast. We don't need that quite yet. I'm happy to see each and every one of you here for a grateful holiday 2025. Just a quick note, we will be here next week for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But Homer, good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well. And we had some big news just drop. And I think it's going to be a little bit of a, you know what? You ever worry about the tribalism in wrestling causing a few problems? Well, I think we're going to get into that tonight here. Because, well, Sports Illustrated just released their Men's and Women's Wrestler of the Year as well as Tag Team Wrestler of the Year. Clean sweep for AEW. You had Dax and Cash, Team FTR, make the Tag Team of the Year. You had Mercedes Moné as their Women's Wrestler of the Year. And you had Hangman Adam Page as the Men's Wrestler of the Year for Sports Illustrated. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a talking point for the next few days. But I am really excited for tonight. We got the return of the Elite tonight. Got a chance to actually wear the shirt again. It's the Elite versus the Shotos in Street Fighter as part of the Street Fighter AEW collection. And, yeah, we got a ton of matches that are lined up here. Jamie Hayter versus Isla Dawn was just announced a few hours ago, some earlier today. And just for the record, folks, I do have a pin on each chat here. The show has been pre-taped, so please, no spoilers, or you will be removed from chat. Depending on who you are, and depending what kind of credit you have here, it could either be a ban or it could be a timeout. We will see which way it goes, but definitely, yeah, we're not dealing with spoilers here tonight. Everybody here wants to enjoy the show. And I with the fact that we're getting a bunch of shows that are not going to be running here in the next little while here, like you got to remember that we're actually going to be getting Saturday's Collision's actually at 2:30 Eastern. So we're not going to have a sidecast here personally. And then Christmas Eve, they're actually running it at 6 p.m. Eastern. So we will be here. It's just going to be a lot earlier. And then Christmas Day, they're running Christmas Collision. And it'll be 7 Eastern. So I'll let you guys know on the socials. I'll try and keep you guys going on all this. But we got a fun night lined up here. Like I said, the Elite taking on the Don Callis family. We got John Moxley in one of his last. It's a do or die match for him against Roddy Strong. Basically, it's a do or die for both. I think Roddy's personally out of it already. But if this ends up being a tie, I guess both people are technically still in it, but they got to look for losses coming down the board over Takeshita and Claudio are going to have to start diving out of the way of wins. And then you got Mascara Dorada and Orange Cassidy. And I think with that win that Mascara Dorada got over Claudio Castagnoli, he really does have a chance to catch up on this. If he beats Orange tonight, he's going to get a shot. He's got a shot right here. And then I've got to remember what the third one was. I know there's a lot of good ones here, but Kyle Fletcher and Pac. And Pac's basically in must-win territory. Fletcher wins, he's pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot, whether it be first or second. We're not 100% sure which one it is, but he'll definitely get that. We also got the Bang Bang Gang taking on FTR for the tag titles. And then what the hell is going on here? Sorry, phone decided to do phone things here, but then we're getting the Babes of Wrath and the Timeless Love Bombs teaming up to take on Team Champ. Sorry, let me get that right. Team Champ. Because Athena has one as well. So Mercedes Moné and Athena teaming up with the MegaProblems, Megan Bain and Marina Shafir for an 8-woman tag. And like I said, right off the bat, we are getting we're also going to get like Jamie Hayter versus Isla Dawn. We're getting the contract signing, and we're getting the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. So all in all, we are going to have a fun night of action tonight. I hear that in a few countries like Australia, they actually aren't showing the show tonight. So sucks that it's on delay and they didn't get in their area, but thank goodness in TSM, we're getting it at our regular time here this week. It will be the split week as usual. First 2 hours on TSN. The last hour, let me just double check this. Yep, the last hour will be over on the USA and Canada channels. So I don't know why this doesn't keep recording these. All right, and yeah, at the beginning of the third hour, we're going to have to switch over channels here. So, but once again, everybody, thank you for being here. And yeah, it's been an interesting couple days here. I'm starting to get some videos caught up here. If you are at all interested, Friday we're going to have the WWE 2K25, my draft in week 1 that we did last Saturday. That's going to be going up there. Saturday, we are going to fill the time slot of where Collision normally is with some 2K across the board. We're probably going to get 3 weeks in. That'll be weeks 2, 3, and 4 as we trudge towards the 10 Hall of Fame trophies. And Backbreaker Wrestling is getting very close to being done here. Well, closer. I don't want to say very close yet, but we are working towards it, and we're probably, hopefully we'll be able to get it started beginning of January here. It will be very rough to start off. I will first admit it. I'll be honest, this is a bit of a test for me going into 26. In 26, we will get it going a lot sooner. Now that we got everything sort of figured out. Yes, we're going to have to get a lot of create characters down, but that won't be too hard to do because, well, all you really need to do, to be honest, is take, well, the whole bunch of created characters that are out there, just take them and just modify them to what you need. So that's what we're doing with a few people here. So we'll get the full roster going, and we'll get the arena and all that. And once 26, we got the arena for this year. It's a smaller one, smaller venue. As we are starting out, we start with a small venue, then we start building bigger. But yeah, we're about to have some fun here. And once again, everyone, thank you for being here throughout 2025. I know a lot of people are going to be reminiscing and going through a lot of things that are happening here over the next few months, just because it is that time of year and whatnot. And next year is a pretty big year for us here personally, as I'm entering into my 15th year. Sorry. Just as we're getting ready here. Just trying to get the TV ready, get everything going on, get everybody set, get ready to go. They're not even waiting for intros. Mox is in, Rod's in, let's go. Yeah, they were showing on YouTube that they were getting Roddy to come out with an intro along with Mox. So they're starting off hot off the bat, and I guess we should get this up here. If you didn't get a chance to watch Collision on Saturday, and I understand, people have lives and such, and they did move the time around a little bit because they were in Wales on Saturdays, so the standings did change quite a bit. Oh. And of course, I didn't export the new one. Let me update this for you, chat. My apologies. There we go. Now it's updated with the results that came down last week. Or on last Saturday. Now the big thing going on is if you look over this, Moxley needs a win soon. Roddy, to be honest, like, the most he's going to get is 9. So basically, he has to sweep and hope for a tie or two. Like, Claudio would have to tie or loss. Actually, if he... Actually, no. He basically has to beat Claudio next time. He's got to get something out of... He's got to win over Mox tonight. And he's basically got... long story short, Roddy's got to run the table. I love how Renee's trying to break it down so precisely here tonight. And just remember, this spot is supposed to be Kyle O'Reilly's spot here tonight. But how's everybody's week, by the way? I hope everybody's just having a solid week here. This is always the craziest time of year for people, and I know everybody's going out and they got their shopping, they got their family commitments, they got their work commitments, they got their end of year stuff they got to do. And for me, I'm just lucky that most of it, I do have some stuff I need to catch up on here, and like I said, I got January overlays I got to work on, and making a slight alteration to my logo in the next couple weeks here. So that reminds me, I got to get a hold of Shane here to get some things added on. We got a couple new segments coming down, which I'm going to hopefully explain when we do a breakdown. And that I might even record those next week. Give you guys an idea what's going to be coming up in the new year. I love how Moxley he gets out of it and he's just so pissed off. I would say that'd be a hockey fight, but there was too many forearms involved instead of fists. Oh, if you guys didn't get a chance to hear, and I did share it out earlier tonight, I want to give a special shout out to the Boston Bruins play-by-play guy. I did repost it on X tonight, but during a bench clear, or not a bench clear, but a line brawl during the Utah-Boston game, he was playing Feliz Navidad. That is the ultimate one of those. This is the same guy that actually uses WWE themes as part of his repertoire in between whistles. So I give him full credit for what he's doing. He is the ultimate troll, and I love every second of it. I love how Roddy's trying to calm down the cheers, even though, everybody wants to cheer him. But also, I want to give a shout out to everybody who may be trying out AEW for the first time tonight. I know a lot of people are very polarized about what happened on Saturday, and fans have a right to be. Fans have a right to feel whatever they want to feel. Yes, tonight, because it's pre-taped, we are not getting anything in terms of picture-in-picture. So I'll be running blank for most of the commercials, folks, just so you know. But yeah, like I was saying, everybody's got a right to feel whatever they want. And thank you, Michael. I appreciate you for being in here. And appreciate the compliment. When it comes to what happened with John Cena, it's time's going to tell whether it was a good decision or not. If you tell my socials already, I've mentioned already, I don't feel it was a good move. I think that I don't think the steam you're going to get off this is going to be anywhere near what you think you're going to get off of it. The Taker one, Taker was still around. Cena already told us he was quitting, so you telling us that you retired somebody who was going to quit?
What the hell is that?
I just sum it up at that. Straight up. But either way, you know, if you liked what it saw, you hated what you saw, you're on the fence right now, all answers are correct. It's not just one answer, it's all answers, and they're all fine. Just don't go tribal on everybody about it. Like, I was going to put a video out about my feelings about the whole thing, but I looked at the landscape and absolutely I didn't feel like catching those strays the way that a lot of other people are. And I have the full respect of people like Wheezy Blonde who ended up taking a few of those strays and getting caught with them a little bit. It's a really tough situation there, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hey Jay Quick, how you doing tonight? Roddy gonna be the one to go winless in the C2? Here's the thing, and they were talking about this before the match. We were looking over the graphics here, and the standings are literally right there for you all. So my personal feeling, I think this ends in a draw. I honestly feel this ends in a draw just because I got this weird feeling that they're going to want that last week to mean something. And if there's a draw here, if Roddy can beat Claudio, that might be a point that Mox might be able to get in. And that's where the real little kink in the ointment, whatever you want to call it, is. I honestly feel this could be a draw. Do I think this might be a win for Roddy? Quite possibly. It's a Roddy base. Well, you got to remember, Roddy's got 3 matches left. He could still get up to 9. If he can get a tie and 2 wins, that's 7 points. Theoretically, we could end up with a 3-way tie for second with 7 points. It would take a lot of finagling going around. Because Moxley then would get up to 4 points with 1 match against Orange Cassidy left. And he could theoretically get to 7. If Roddy's going to get to 7, Claudio would have to lose to Roddy in that case, so he'd be locked in at 7. And I got to feel that Takeshita's going to win one of the 2 that he's got left. He's got Dorada and he's got Orange Cassidy left. So I think Takeshita gets in at 1, and we could have a 3-way tie at 2. And if there's a 3-way, next week we'll be having a a triple threat for that second spot. Unless there's a distinct playoff advantage with somebody. My God, we are going to have to be a... You know those guys that sit up there and give you like the probability graphs on NFL? I guarantee you Mox is absolutely elated that O'Reilly isn't in this. But what do you think is the biggest surprise you can see so far in the tournament? Myself personally, I'm feeling more so Dorada over Claudio. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. Dorada's got 3 matches left. He's got Orange tonight. If he can beat Orange, he's at 6. And then from there, he's got what? He's got Pac and... Sorry, he's got Roddy and... Sorry, the screen is... I gotta switch this over here. I can actually see what the hell's going on. Like, Dorada, realistically, he's got Strong, Takeshita, and Cassidy. He's got Cassidy tonight. Even if he loses to Roddy, if he beats Orange tonight, you'd have to beat Takeshita, but he'd still, you know, he's got a shot. Want a Willie return in these 3 hours? Hey, Nats, by the way, good to see you. I don't think you'll see Ospreay. Ospreay ain't going to show up until he's actually able to work. They might do like a dark thing for the crowd, but I don't think they'll actually show him on camera because, well, people are going to want to see him work if that's the case, right? You miss him. Yeah, I get it. A lot of us do. A lot of us absolutely would like to see a man like Will Ospreay show up, be back at action. We'd love to see that action going on, but unfortunately, it's a little limited right now in terms of what he can do. So can't really do too much about it. So, well, once again, thank you to everybody who's showing up here tonight. I know it's crazy busy. Did I catch the Fletcher? I caught bits and pieces. I saw the part about his interview with WWE and what they could offer and whatnot. There's been a lot of great interviews going out this week. Like, and here's the thing, like the superstitions and the and this sort of ties back to our whole discussing about Jonathan Cena and everything. Yes, I know this topic isn't going to go away for a little bit, so might as well dive in a little bit, right? If you go even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, pre-pandemic, interviews like they have right now would never be seen, or very rarely would be seen. The level of openness that wrestlers have realized that they need to have as they are getting into a new cycle now where basically exposure is worth a lot more than a lot of things these days. It means a lot to that. You just wouldn't see it back then, right? And the openness that they have. I guess there's also the point where they don't have, they didn't have a second company, right? Imagine The Undertaker doing YouTube videos during his run. It would be perfectly kayfabe through the entire thing. Oh, shit. That was nice by Mox. That was Orton-like right there. Roddy goes for the top. Roddy goes for the high knee, and Moxley hits that cutter perfectly. Moxley going for that choke. I know I bring it up a lot, but how do we give WWE give Goldberg mic time, but not the face of the? I honestly feel that they didn't want to give Goldberg any time either. That's why I got cut shows short. Honestly, I'll break it down simply as that. I also think Cena took the no mic time as number one. He isn't a he's for the moment. He's not like everybody sees the moment. They know it's done, right? There's no real craziness going on there. Yeah, and that's probably what they should have done for Goldberg too. Like realistically, that's what they should have done for both guys. Just don't give them any TV time. Just switch it over straight to YouTube. Yeah, Cena never did talk. Oh, I thought Cena maybe did something backstage after, but no. Tomorrow, Chris Van Vliet has an interview with Cena post retirement. So Roddy got caught, but Mox is too hurt to get the cover in. Oh, that's right. It's Cody. Sorry, not Van Vliet. Van Vliet was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, something to talk about with John Cena. Yeah, that's gonna go over real well. Sorry, the mic has been a little hot here tonight, so oh look out. High angle Death Rider. Moxley needed that. Roddy's probably getting shut out. What is he talking about? He's tied for third. Let's get that downloaded. We'll get this up for you right now. There you go, folks. Cody's a WWE product. It'll be a TKO slobber feast. Yeah. You know what? What if it is? And yeah, if you don't like it, I'd suggest checking something else out. I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be a decent. I think it'll be a decent interview. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think you're gonna get anything too scathing out of it. To be perfectly honest, I think it's gonna be very quiet, very kosher. All right. Wish it wasn't co-production backed. Let them do their. I think we all do, but And go Bills. I don't want to put the cart before the horse here, all right? The thing for me is if they could actually pull off the well, KC is out, but nobody's really stepping up. Denver's got a fake record. Switch it back over here a little bit. Denver's got a fake record. Don Callis eats tuna pizza. The hell? We're getting the trios already. Like, you would think they'd hold this out for a little while. Yeah, the parity this year in the NFL is nuts. And you got to think Tony Khan's also loving it too, because, you know, the Jags currently hold the number 3 seed. As they are doing a hell of a job as well. Not that the division is really, you know, anybody's in any mood to actually try and win that division. For me, the funniest part of the whole thing for me. Oh, Callus, why don't you go sit on a cactus somewhere? Seriously. Hey, McGee, how you doing tonight? Do you guys remember when WWE had those custom titles for NFL teams? And the Jags one sold out in like an hour because everybody wanted to do the troll job. Your face hurts? Ugh. Trips to the dentist, while they are necessary, they're never great. And of course, you know, Brit say hello. Unfortunately, McGee lives in Ontario, not in not in Florida. No, I'm just glad you got a chance to get everything in shape. You know, it's the end of the year. Anybody that has any health plan stuff, make sure you get it cleared up in case it resets at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I don't think the Jags do much in the playoffs. I honestly feel that all 3 wildcard teams right now are probably going to sweep all 3 division winners. Because if you look at it right now, it's what you got. Baltimore's got a chance to run the table. They're going to be ugh. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing tonight? We got the gang all filing in here for the last regularly scheduled AEW Dynamite for 2025. They're actually using the Be the Elite. They didn't want to use Kansas tonight. I'm disappointed. The only thing you missed so far tonight is they immediately started with no intro. They went right into Mox versus Roddy. It was about 18 and a half minutes. Mox won with a second Death Rider. So if you guys are interested, guys and girls, there's your updated standings to the second as to where we're at right now. Mox is on the board with 6 for a possible 9. He's basically going to have to hope that Takeshita or Claudio lose one or two last matches based on what's coming up here. So then we got a promo from Eddie Kingston saying that he didn't lose, he learns, and he might be there on Saturday. Which, by the way, remember, folks, Collision on Saturday is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll be watching it when I get home. No, Roddy's got the goose egg. Roddy is got dashes across the board. He's got Roddy's got Claudio and he's got Dorada left, so but he will be he's just gonna be doing the crying tonight, so or for the next week, right? Because he's got 2 more matches left. I think they're probably gonna run him Wednesday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. There's gonna be a lot of matches going for that last week here, so for those that are interested, just doing some housekeeping here to help you all out. Saturday Collision starts at 4:30 Eastern. Make sure you guys check it out. Or sorry, 2:30 Eastern. I'll be checking it out when I get home from work. We will try to fill in our normal time. As long as I get home from work on time, which unfortunately we got a foot of snow today, so it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of the week's like. If we should be doing 2K25 on Saturday night. Christmas Eve, they're doing an early start of 6 p.m. Eastern. So we will be here as it goes. And then Christmas Day, the Thursday, they're running Collision at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, well, there's your first bit of update there. See, I give you further updates. They just... But I'm definitely going to want to check out Collision on Saturday because I got a feeling they're going to try and do something special, but... And I'm not reading spoilers. I know it's already been out today, so... My God, the Elite work so well together. No, I'm guessing Kansas didn't want their music play, or they upped the fee once they realized how popular it was. As we go into commercial break here. Up here in Canada, we are getting full commercials. We're not getting picture-in-picture for tonight because this is a tape show, and the guy that was smart enough to do picture-in-picture before is obviously on vacation, so. Yeah, the other big news that came down today is for those that check out Sports Illustrated, AEW did a clean sweep of their Wrestler of the Year awards with Hangman Adam Page, Mercedes Moné, and FTR claiming the men's, women's, and tag team of the year, respectively. So, no tribalism at all is going to afford themselves out of that, is it? Or better yet, honestly, there are so many wrestlers that we could say doing a bang up job everywhere here. Like, it's why I hate doing best of. Like, everybody asks me who's my favorite wrestler of the year and whatnot. I absolutely detest doing those because, well, depending on what you like, hell, for me, depending on what I like on a given day, we can go all over the place in terms of who's getting what position and everything that's going on there, right? So I could have one favorite wrestler on a Monday, another one on a Tuesday. It's like the telemarketer that just called me right before we started the stream tonight. Oh, hello, I am from Rogers. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. It is Wednesday. You're from Rogers. You want to call me back tomorrow when you're from TELUS? Maybe it'll help a little better. And all of a sudden, all you hear is, fucker, click. Just bounce them out of there. Honest, if I know they're telemarketers, I will definitely make sure that if they call during the stream, we are definitely roasting them on stream, folks. There's no fooling around with that. And the reason I know they do that is because if they're calling my work phone. My personal phone, the joys of call blocking, I believe is the term we go with here. But no, in terms of what we're seeing this year from AEW, and it's hard to summarize because we still have one more pay-per-view, right? When I call people and they ask me to call them back, I do. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess I should choose some better words, but problem is if I say, please add me to the do not call list, which we actually do have in Canada. Well, the one thing they're doing up here, Zodiac, now that's changed things, their call display and their return call, they're actually hooking through a different number. Like what they'll do is they'll call a whole bunch of numbers and see who doesn't answer. They won't leave a message, but they'll use that as their base number, and then they'll dial out to someone trying to scam them for something, and then all of a sudden you call back to the number that was on there, and nobody has a freaking clue what you're talking about. Oh, here we go. At least Takeshita and Hichecero are working together. Hichecero's just trying to play Peacemaker the best way he can right now. And Okada eats a suplex after he tried to show off. Amazing. So, it's a tape show, so that might be possible here. We just had to tag into Hichecero here with Omega covering his eyes, so I might be a little bit behind you guys just because, like I said, it's a tape show, so when the feed starts, might be a different. When it's a live show, the feed has to be picked up automatically. When it's a tape show, they literally send you the file. That way there's no broadcast issues usually. So yeah, for the rest of the year, we are going to be on tape. It's all tape delay after this. So because this weekend they're filming in New York, Saturday and Sunday. And actually, the more I think of it, it's actually really brilliant the way they're doing it. The reason they do a 12:30 start on Saturday, Okada, Omega tried to get to his feet or tried to do the kip up off the senton, and just nope. It just shows that he's old. Look at this crowd. Almost 10,000 people. And that's a legit 10,000, not a baked 10,000. Time to go on more of a brawler, yeah. But it's very smart for AEW to run their last hour collision early on Saturday. And the reason they're doing it, now that I thought about it, makes perfect sense. As much as we like to keep timing somewhat coherent, those fans in New York are not going to get an opportunity to watch and keep up with a couple stories. You got to imagine there's got to be some kind of interesting story coming up with Collision on Saturday, which is going to affect the taping that's coming up this Saturday So make sure you have everything going through. Maybe they'll have something to talk about going into that that taping on the Saturday. Oh God. $1 million is on the line. I wonder if Tony Khan actually gets to the $2 million match. Hell, could you imagine if the Jags win the Super Bowl? Maybe they just, put the Super Bowl trophy on the line somewhere here. I'd find it hilarious if the Jags won the Super Bowl this year because they don't even have a home office right now as they're doing renovations to the stadium and everything's been moved out for the most part. AEW is technically out of Nashville right now. That's at least where everything's being stored while they're fixing up the offices of the Jag Stadium. I forget what it's called. Or Daly's place is the arena part that we use, but it's Zodiac's home. So, it's his second home away from home. The joys of Jacksonville all the time here. There you go, Everbank Field. So yeah, they're doing a complete reno on it. So no, it is my home. Oh, fair enough. I never knew you had a $1 billion home. Maybe I should get a loan off you. But no, anybody got any big plans for Christmas coming up here or the Christmas week? I know Hanukkah's on right now, so some people are already celebrating, and I don't know all the details, bud. So I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, but thought you meant Jack's proper. That's fair. Try not to spend bucks. Yeah, I'm with you. So I work until the 23rd, and basically I'm locking myself in my apartment on the 24th, and I'll show up on the 29th when I gotta go back to work. I booked the 26, 27, and 28. The 27th off for World's End, and then the day after, of course, because, I don't want to be up till midnight and then have to be at work at 6. And then just, what the hell, just take Boxing Day off and be done with it. Not too often I get a 5-day weekend anymore, so. But, might try to partake in a little Boxing Day shopping just to see what's out there. It'll probably be more cyber than it will be in person. So yeah, if you aren't familiar here in Edmonton, we literally just got 8 inches of snow today. Winds up to 50 kilometers an hour. Our main road between Edmonton and Calgary, just outside of Calgary, they had a 100-car pileup. Over 100 cars. In terms of sports arenas, the ballpark is more my home than more home. That's fair. Hopefully they get a good roof on it soon, and should have gotten a fat 9 inches. Nah, you know what? No, we're gonna go that way. No, we were scheduled to get a foot, but we haven't got that. We might be getting that a bit more on the weekend. Honestly, Chris, for a lot of things that we do here, like, we're sort of a mix of both. I think it was, what, 21 centimeters, somewhere like that. It's funny, because our meteorologists, when we talk to them, as Nick's going absolutely nuts in the ring here, it's amazing what you could do when you give the Bucks enough time off in between. But our meteorologists, they'll talk about centimeters. Then right after that, immediately go into inches. It'll be 2 degrees with a foot of snow. Yeah, that's something to describe. But in terms of Americana, I'll put it all in one phrase right now. Currently, right now, we are at -3 with a foot of, with 9 inches, 8 inches of snow, and that's -3 Fahrenheit, not Celsius. But by the time I go back to work Friday morning, we are scheduled to be around minus, I'd say about -15 Fahrenheit. Gonna be about -20, between 20 and 25 Celsius. So, and a destroyer. Shout out to Petey Williams. And Hichecero's just got his head stuck right in there. Make an executive order. It's now freedom height. I will say this. All the WWE-ites, and we were talking about tribalism a little bit today, and with everything going on, you know the WWE-ites are going to be absolutely frothing at the mouth about the rating for tonight because, well, apparently in 20 minutes' time, ye old WWE Hall of Famer in charge of the White House is going to be speaking to the nation. So, can't wait to see my phone blow up over stupidity. Is this really the first time these two have faced off in a serious moment since All In? Like, I know there was a little piece earlier in the match, but we're getting into that go time right now. Hichecero just says, I don't care. I'm coming in anyway. I don't care. I don't think anyone cares anymore. Just want beef prices to go down. I get it. We're not much different up here, my friend. We are not much different up here as well. Like, literally a bag of groceries will be $100 now, so. And actually, it's funny. I just saw a post on X. Like, I'm glancing at my phone every once in a while just in case. Just in case we end up declaring war against somebody crazy or something. We really are taking for granted the fact that we get Omega and Okada just on a random Wednesday. Which, let's face it, this is a random Wednesday. It is the last regularly scheduled show of the year. My God, like I said, the Bucks are so on. And so is this crowd. They do only get a couple of... Oh, we're probably going to war with Venezuela, so happy for wrestling. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, God. Are you kidding me? Time for everybody to hit a finisher. And Omega dives in for a huge save. What a save! Oh, yeah, we know what's coming now. Nope. Here we go. World War III. Let's go. This is our World War III when it comes to wrestling. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Omega was going to try and take Takeshita for a ride there. So, McGee, I know you. I know you're. I hope you're still in the chat here. I just want a quick question for you and Zodiac. You guys mind being a tag team in Backbreaker Pro Wrestling? Because you might actually be part of the main event of the first show. So, just trying to set things up and get it ready here. So. Well, Hichecero's there to eat a pin. You cool with that? I'm sure you're cool with anything. I gotta get a couple confirmation. We might be using some of the WWE jobbers as part of it too. So, what the hell? Damn! An assisted one-wing angel. Well, the Bucks are getting $1,000,000. No pun intended. And here they come for the sneak attack. And they're going to hit each other's fit. Who was that one jobber that beat Gunther for the belt in 24? Was that Sami Zayn or Dragunov? Callis, either get in there. The jobber. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, you're talking about 2K. I'm talking about IRL. Sorry. I got to see if I can find them. What was it? Oh, Shaw. The Shaw Stopper. The only thing about trying to find the Shaw Stopper here, and I got to check this. So, and I said this on Saturday, and I do apologize ahead of time. I apologize to you and PJC and Vic. The fact I didn't realize that you could pay $13 and get every character in the game, except for the ones locked in the Superstar and the be a wrestler mode. I think some of those create a character or those easy jobbers like the Shawstopper and the Red Flame and Ava Moreno and all those they they might be locked. I'll have to see. I just haven't finished downloading everything yet. If it worst comes to worst, I'm gonna download some interesting people to join us. And hopefully we're not gonna get much for DMCAs. I do want to ask a couple people because I did download a couple that were offered to me, but I want to make sure it's okay with them, that they're a part of it, because I'm paranoid that way. But yeah, I think the first couple nights we're just going to run exhibition matches and then see if I can fit my universe into it for a whole thing here. So. But yeah, we got that contract signing coming up, and it almost felt like it came out of the blue that we were having this title, like this triple threat put together. It was sort of like one match and two promos. We didn't have any real solid interaction throughout the whole thing, so hopefully this provides a little bit extra panache, a little bit extra sizzle, a little bit extra wonky flame to it. So, but once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Whether you check it out on Twitch or on YouTube, always appreciated. We are, well, we're almost an hour into a 3-hour spectacular here, so. I love some of the commercials they put up for Christmas here, like son-in-law is giving father-in-law a gift and they're not sure if it's a good one or not. But yeah, dealing with the two title matches, I think it's actually going to be a pretty fun setup here that you have. You know, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, who Jamie Hayter we're going to see later here tonight, taking on Aladon. And then, of course, this men's triple threat. They didn't even bring a table out. What, could they not fly plywood across the ocean or what? This will be fun. This, if we can get a nice little promo battle between the three of these guys before we get going here next week, it'll be enough to get it over. Oh God, we got a horse face in the crowd. What the? So no physicality. Of course, they got to get the full entrance in for all three of these guys, including the visual, the burning house. Oh, before I forget, any of you AEW fans, who want a fireplace for Christmas and you don't have one, AEW did announce that immediately following Christmas on 34th Street Dynamite, which, like I said, is running 2 hours early, immediately following, they are going to have the Burning House channel up on YouTube so you can run it on loop. They're going to have it running live all night long. So if you want a burning house for your background as you're sitting with family and friends, you can do that. If fall goes well after Dynamite on next Wednesday, we're probably going to do my 20th game of the year. And we're only going to do a demo, so it's not like we're going to be doing anything crazy. It depends how things go tomorrow, because we're doing Horizon Forbidden West. We might finish that tomorrow, but if we do, great. If not, we got another week to finish it up, so I want it finished up before we move into the new year here, so. I see the Ops Corps doesn't travel that much overseas. No Shibata. By the way, did any of you guys get an opportunity to check out Dark yesterday that came out on YouTube? They had a special holiday episode of Dark. Pretty decent show, like 3 matches. A lot of local talent involved. Isla Dawn was there, Grizzly Young Vets, Mark Andrews, Kid Lycos 1 and 2. Taz was on commentary with Excalibur, which take it whichever way you want there. Wow, Joe getting the instant heat. Oh my God, are we doing Joe math now? Ah, good old Joe. Oh, Swerve's over. All right, well, we got 1 week. Okay. There is a very little bit of mutual respect between the both of them. I get that. It's like, what did I do? Why you hate me? Why you hate me so much? Good old memories. I love this. This is just so simple and straightforward. There is no extra real fire into it, to be honest, but wow! 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 They brought up the Joe tattoo with Taz. My God, had a boy swerve. That's a callback. If you guys aren't familiar, Joe did have like a half face tribal tattoo when he was teaming up with Taz. That was pretty awesome right there. I like that. Now they switch over from whose house to cowboy shit. These fans are just right on cue. Let's go. It's true. Trying to get rid of the bullshit. So is he just saying he was the right place, right time? There we go. There we go. Atta boy. Gotta love it when everybody's yelling cowboy shit. That's what he said. I just don't I don't like how he just undervalues his old run. Hook getting the heat. Yeah, the only difference is Joe shows off the title. Wow. Well, the crowd's getting into those words. We sort of had to expect that was coming. You don't even know what town you're in, Joe, if you can't say that. Will Ospreay pop. Here we go. Yeah, this crowd ain't stopping. I still think that'd be a hell of a match now, the way the different dichotomy is here. That's awesome right here. But, but, there you go. So he's basically saying that he'd give up his spot for, he would give up his spot to Swerve. Imagine thinking that a year ago. This is the longest. Oh, shit. No. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Let's go. Folks, I told you it was 2 years. He is coming to cash in that contract. He's back, baby. Somebody go find Adam Blank. He's going to be over the moon right now. This whole crowd's into the song and everything. Jeez, let's go. And he's got that contract, so all he has to do is hand it into TK. What a suit. Literally MJF pinstripes on there. If you zoom in well enough, it is all MJF all the time. Is he challenging after, or is he... Oh, it's Sterling. Fortunately, got this part. That's fair, Nats. Not a word. Wow, MJF starting off hot. Starting off hot. Shivani muttering to himself, swearing all the way out of the ring. Oh my God. Wow, let's go. No, he definitely wants to pump it in right now. This is a way we can get it over to Osprey, really. Joe touches Max, and he. All right. Ooh, I love that word. I love that. I love that. It's so funny because Joe's like, bald. Wow. Wow. Oh. Wow. Are they doing the WWE hit here? Wow, they dropped the name. Drop the name. Wow. Wow. Yeah, of course, MJF's going to bring up the fact that he has been the longest reigning champ. MJF getting all that promo time that he's lost for how long now? All right, we officially got a four-way now. Right, we're going to an ad break, folks. Sorry if you got to partake in that right now. I tried to hold it off as long as I could. Well, talk about this main event turning itself on its head. And Joe's like, yeah, I like that. This guy's got something. Not much of a build do we need. Like, and I like the fact that they're cleaning this up now, not next week, because, like, I get it. I'll be watching. I watch all of them. I don't. Oh, we got Okada and Knight. Knight's probably not going to win, but Bailey and Perry, like that's going to be huge. If Perry gets a win off that, there might be a possibility that that could really change things here. Oh, here we go. I gotta stretch a finger out. Gotta get ready here for you. Zodiac, it's been a while. I gotta get a few of these out here. We got one. I think just to make it good here, we'll go three. Yeah, what the hell? One more. So sorry, but I'm so sick of MJF. You know what? I don't mind it for the mere fact that he is bringing up facts, and I don't think this is going to be one of those that's going to be ongoing. Getting thirsty. Thank you once again. Thank you for that. I sort of saw it coming. I was waiting for that. Athena, if you guys haven't had a chance, go check out Final Battle. With Athena taking on Persephone as part of the main event there. I honestly thought there was going to be a title change. That's how good Persephone is. But this will be an interesting 8-woman tag as well. Zero Purpose bring up Swerve's past who've been down this road. But is there any... You also got to remember, they're in the middle of Bizarro world right now. If you were talking about Jerry Lawler. Yes, I understand they are smart fans in Europe. But frankly, you're dealing with a crowd that basically will deal with any good cheap pop you can give them. And they ate it. They ate it up. Tony threw the hat in the crowd. Jeez. Brought top dollar when they feud in the past. That's fair. I'll be honest, I didn't remember it. I didn't remember it, so if it comes up again next week, okay, fair, fine. Don't be dumb. That's basically where I'm going with that, but yeah, I get it. If you remember the feud that they did in the past and it was a lot of the same stuff, I completely understand. So I'm with you. I like the fact that it took a 10-minute promo to get this match from basically level 3 of interest to maybe a 7. I don't want to say completely interested because it could be like it makes you sort of wonder what they're actually going to do there, but Louise, I'm ranting because was I going to chat while you were watching? It's fine. You could during the during the chat while it's a perfect time to talk about it. I have no problem whatsoever you bringing things up while we talk. Like I can walk and chew bubble gum once in a while. Well, that was semi ugly, but that's the way it goes at Marina. I love how Marina's got to get her legs up for the pin, or else they don't have it. What are you doing? Oh God, I hate that spot. I will always hate that spot. So I'm assuming we get Fletcher and Pac as the main event here tonight on this first part of the show. And then when we flip over to Collision, it'll probably be the Battle Royal to start off the show, and then oh, do the tag titles the main event of the Collision part. That would make sense. I'd love to not go anywhere, but you guys put straight commercials on. Damn it. I wonder what other match they're going to throw together. No, Nats. The Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, which this is going to be the first year that MJF is not going to win it. I'm assuming he's not going to be in the match. It is a battle royal involving all the wrestlers, and then the final two, they go down to whoever's the last two in there. They battle next week. And now the stipulation is the winner of that match not only gets the Dynamite Diamond ring, they also get a championship match at Maximum Carnage, which I do believe, let me get my calendar out here. January 14th, Wednesday. So it is not a casino gauntlet. It is literally everybody's in there. MJF could be in there and get 2 title shots, but I think this might be the year they finally get the ring off of him. Unless they're going to start giving new rings out every year. Because I know last year, or the last couple of years, the storyline was possession of the ring was what it was based on. So we'll have to see how things go with it. And Tony's changed storylines halfway through the motion. Just look at the C2. Because if you don't remember, the C2 was originally going to be for both titles if Okada didn't get out of the group stage. And now it's literally just for the United title is just a ceremonial title, apparently. So uh-oh, here we go. And it's but nobody went to go grab Tony. You know, if you're going to go get people, you might as well go get everybody, right? Tony gets the hot tag. Now, this isn't like everybody was hot for Tony here to start. Not only is she like the face of AEW women's wrestling in many ways, her work before she went over to Stardom, most of the stuff that she did was over in England. So being in Manchester is like a second home to her. Oh, that's a stinky hip attack if I've ever seen one. And Athena just said, nope, we ain't doing that today. Oh, here comes everybody throwing a move in. And Mercedes has to do a double down instead of eating one. Oh, here we go. Hockey fight! Or do we call it a soccer scrum since we're in England? Nice power. Nice little spine buster there. So they're doing a double taping of Maximum Carnage on the 14th. Okay, that makes sense. And big news for AEW. They're coming back to Canada if you didn't hear. Okay. I know, Nats, you were trying to study. You know what? I understand, but I do understand your frustration about them bringing up WWE in general. My problem has always been the same thing. Find some new material all the time. And well, in this case, hey, you know what? I appreciate that, Nats. And I don't mind. Like, you know what? We all have feelings about certain things and how things are going to go. Oh, Jesus. Willow timed that pounce perfectly. Willow about to get serious. Is she going to pin Mercedes? Nope. Oh my God, what timing. That was timing. And Willow instantly gets up. That occurred during the Masked Man days when MJF called Swerve the Big Bad Wolf. That's fair. I'll take an extra hydrate. I gotta mute this first because certain commercials don't get free advertising on my radio waves. So this almost makes me. Thank you, by the way, once again. Appreciate it. This makes me wonder: are we going to get Thirsty win? Absolutely. This could be an opportunity for Mercedes and Athena to challenge the Babes of Wrath for the tag titles. Because if you're going to pin one half of the champs, that was weird. Sorry for the folks over on YouTube. It literally just decided to disappear and reappear again. So I don't know what the hell happened there. So sorry to you folks on YouTube here, but Twitch, we've been running nonstop, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I could just hear the IWC experts talking about how not getting the champions a win off their first. It's essentially their first tag match since they got the titles, right? If this is a way you could shoehorn a tag title match in there, I don't mind it one bit. It's an 8-person tag. You got distracted by dealing with the MegaProblems, which is always a big thing. And now we're going over to a different issue. Will I be streaming Wrestle Kingdom 20? No, I don't have the time off. Don't think I will, at least. Let me check the date here. Yeah, no, it's a Sunday night. I won't be. I'll probably be watching it on a Monday after. Just because yeah. It starts at midnight, goes till about 4 in the morning, and I work the day before and the day after. So, no. With all due respect, I don't know if I can actually afford to do that. It's going to be a hell of a card. Like 50,000 people in the Tokyo Dome. I think they said 50,000. All right, we're back at it here. And actually, this makes sense if we're going to do this as the main event for Collision. Or for Dynamite, sorry. Because Pac's basically at home. But Pac is basically in must-win territory right now. Yeah, back-to-back episodes have been fat. Yeah, like Wednesday was a lot of fun with Collision as well. Dynamite this week has been fun. I know next week's going to be great, even though a lot of people aren't going to watch it. Just because, well, number one, it's pre-taped. Anything that people are concerned about, they'll know already. I remember you picked Pac. But essentially, Pac's going to win out. Oh, hell, you still got 4 matches left, so or 3 matches left. If he doesn't win this one, he's going to have to win out. Because Fletcher's going to have 9, so he'll have the tiebreaker. And he'll have to hope that Okada and Knight are going to tie. Like, this is where Stats Guru starts going away. Fletcher alert, banger income. Well, yeah, it's sort of obvious. By the way, did you... And I believe, Nats, you were the one who talked about the Fletcher interview. I don't know if one of the details I did hear was about why Fletcher wears pink. It literally came from a friend. Appreciate the Orton comparison. I'm just trying to be the first Fletcher. What else is he going to say in that position? Right? But yeah, he was talking about why he wears pink gear, and it was actually a comment on I think it was a Van Vliet interview as well, that somebody put something on X saying, why don't men wear pink more outside of Bret Hart? You know. They're trying to figure out who they love in this match more. Is it Fletcher? Is it Pac? It's another match where there's two heels, but when in AEW, it just seems to work, right? Oh, yeah, you did see that. Yeah, it works. And Fletcher's done well. Like, but yeah, folks, just as they brought it up here, just a quick reminder that Saturday Collision is starting at 2:30 Eastern. I won't be doing a sidecast for it. I will be here later on that night. Sucks Davis is Amari Janae. Honestly, my friend, and this is something I was saying with a lot of things, especially like I was talking earlier about the John Cena thing. Give it time. There very well could be a position where he gets a tag partner that they actually run with. But a lot of people forget Fletcher and Davis, when they were together, it was not two rookies coming up. Like when Davis started, when Fletcher started, Davis was like a veteran already. It's just they turned out to be a good duo together and made it all the way to New Japan together. So, go to a college basketball game. Which one, my friend, if you don't mind me asking? Maybe we'll see on national TV. Old Dominion versus Coastal Carolina. That should be fun. No, I was watching a little bit of bowl game football before here tonight. So I think it was Old Dominion and South Florida. I believe it was the Cure Bowl. They got all these fancy names here, and Old Dominion 124 to 10. Cool. I just like good football. I don't care if it's top 25. I don't care if it's like Div 3. Give me some good games. $40 from the... Okay. That makes sense then. They're D... Yeah, I know they're D1. I'm just saying, for example, like when I was a referee, I enjoyed doing low-level ball. As long as the players are willing to make an effort, maybe have a little bit of fun while they're doing it. That was always the thing for me. Ha! Oh, Pac with his old school. That's where I saw AEW on the campus of Old Dominion. Yeah. I love Pac doing his old school thing. Now he decides to do the overhead. When the fans cheer for him to want to go up to the top rope, they don't let him. All right. Ad break coming up, folks. Just a heads up. And we're in a commercial break now. Speaking of research, AEW can't run scope. WWE has that on lock now. Yeah, it's sort of, we were talking about that a little bit this week as well with AEW announcing they're coming to Canada prior to Dynasty, which is being held in Vancouver. They're going to be in Winnipeg on the 1st for Dynamite, and they're coming to Edmonton April 8th as part of a Dynamite Collision double taping. So I get to experience the 5 hours of wrestling with ROH in there too. So I will definitely be there for that show. And yeah, I'm still too poor to go out to Vancouver yet. So, well, Nats, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to these long tapings like this, and it's the same thing we do with the pay-per-view here, right? It's sort of the same feeling as we go. As long as the wrestling's good, I don't mind watching a lot of it. Because it almost makes you feel like you're not noticing anything. And you got to remember, we're doing the go-home show. The 2 go-home shows for Dynasty. The Collision and the Dynamite and the Collision. They're taping in Edmonton on the Wednesday. That's going to be a fun stream on Saturday that day because I'll be here while we can talk about how the crowd felt during it and everything that was going on. So, but yeah, that's still a few months away here. Tickets are going on sale tomorrow, actually. But I'm probably going to wait and see what kind of deal I can get for tickets here. And then, yeah, just we got a lot of things to look forward to in 2026 when it comes to AEW. We're going to start getting that tag division. Those titles are going to start working their way around a little bit. I'm assuming Mercedes is going to have the downfall next year, or the beginning of the downfall. And then, yeah, we'll see where Statlander goes. If it ends up being Hayter at World's End, wouldn't surprise me either. We go from there. Because there's a whole bunch of different ways to go. I prefer it to stay on Statlander a little bit longer. But every title reign ends. I would like to see it run a little, like I said, a little bit longer, but like I said, I've always been a proponent of great matches, and that's the key thing for me. I don't want to deal with regular matches. I want to deal with some good matches. Not Hayter's time yet. Yeah, no, like she hasn't had that. Like they tried to make Tekla the defining feud for her to get moved up, but realistically, with throwing when it was, but it isn't at the moment. They can build her back up again. It's just you got some work to do. Damn. Pac going for that running clothesline and instantly gets turned into a Michinoku driver. Right now, Tekla's better than Hayter. Yeah. In terms of overall everything, I think they do need to strike with the Tekla. Honestly, I think they need to hit Tekla with that title. Even if they wait all the way till Revolution in March. Wouldn't be the worst feeling in the world. I still got a weird feeling that Monet's going to win the women's title in Wembley. Fletcher tries not to show him that he's rolled out of the ring. Oh, geez. There we go. Got to make Sisters of Sin more legit first. They bring in Tekla. Yeah. Well, they were up and now they're back down again. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of with the tag tournament, to be honest. Getting knocked out in the first round the way they did. Yes, it was to the eventual champions, but it almost seemed perfect for them to get a nice little run there. If you could have switched the draw up a little bit and maybe get them to win the second round, lose out in the second round. All right, Orange. Julia's development stalling since she's back certainly does. Yeah. It's almost like she's peaked rather than go down, right? Sky has just found her niche more than anything else. And Fletcher just said, nope, we ain't hitting that clothesline again. Oh, that almost became a Blake Monroe. That almost became a Blake Monroe right there. Yes, I brought it up. I can't believe WWE, like, I'm going to throw this out right now. I'm sorry I have to.
What the hell is that?
Why is WWE bringing up the fact that it's a botch? Like, for the next hour, they treated it like that shouldn't have happened. And they were trying to make it sound like. Yeah, it's just horrible, just how it's been dealt with. And it's not just SRS or any of those guys. Yes, they're posting the actual fact, but at the same time, I'm just happy for Thea. Even if it is her fault, if it's some kind of splat like that. Lost in the sauce, yeah. Like, they are a freaking nightmare in so many ways. Like, ever since, like, Saturday night, just, I don't think they expected the response they got. Oh my God, he passed out into the ropes. Sorry, I'm going back to this. This is getting good. His body weight literally passed him out into the ropes there. Cena loses correct decision though. Good for the absolute. Well, I don't mind it either way. Cena winning or losing. I think the build was shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'll say it again. The fact that Cena was already on his way out. Cena admitted, oh God. Only two, let's go. The fact that they're bringing up the idea that Gunther is the guy that retired John Cena made him give up. Like, give me a freaking break. He was already leaving. So does Jay Lethal get the right to say that he retired Ric Flair? Like, that's basically where I go on the old booking theory, and we've talked about WWE booking for a while now. Don't really need to bark up that horse, but my God, Fletcher ate that poison rana so well. That might be the first time he's hit the Black Arrow in forever. And gets the win at home. That is huge for Pac. That was pretty damn amazing, if you ask me. Let me get this downloaded. There we go. It's updated, folks. I love Alicia. The fact that he hit the Black Arrow, and that's basically been like, you know that they're trying to protect a move. That is a move that is protected by Pac. The Black Arrow. And fuck, the fact that he got to hit it and it was so clean and got him the victory, and like look at this draw right now. We're gonna get we'll get to Alicia's comment here in a second, but we're going through this, and Pac is now in the driver's seat. Fletcher is in a tough spot right now. Pack your pick, absolutely. Like, if you look at this right now, this basically Fletcher, the most he can get now is 9 points. Bailey needs to beat either Perry or Okada to get 9 points. Okada's got Knight and Bailey, so that speedball Okada match is going to be fucking amazing for who gets in. And it looks like it might turn out to be Pac and Knight for a blocker. It looks like Pac might actually make the playoffs here. Just looking to see what's left. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not giving Jack anything in this. Pac versus Moxley. We might even get a Pac versus Mox semi at this point. I think they would actually like to see Fletcher not make the finals. Just because if he makes the league finals, he's probably going to have to take on either Takeshita or Okada. Well, he's going to take on Takeshita more than likely. But looking at both sides, like, Fletcher doesn't need it right now. Well, not very quickly, but this is definitely going to feed him towards the heavyweight title spot. Or the world title spot, sorry. But I will say this. And sorry, I got to bring this up one last time here. You take a look at this. Well done, TK. Well done, TK. He's making it so the last week is relevant. Pac will win and run the Death Riders when Mox goes face soon. That's fair. I will give you that. If it happens, I will totally give you all the credit in the world for it. I don't know if it'd be Pac. I don't know if it's be Claudio. So I got to have my other remote in my hand, my Telus remote. I love the fact I turn it around and disappears. But I got to change channels mid-match. It's the only thing that sucks with being here in Canada. Sick of Yuta? That's what the point is. You're supposed to be sick of Yuta. This is a 2-hour Dynamite, 1-hour Collision. I believe you guys in the States get a straight through. I got to change channels mid-match. Yeah, this will be a 3-hour. This is the last 3-hour for the year. Me and Nick call them Wheeler useless. So don't we have to get everybody in the ring for the Battle Royal to start? Yes, and there's an extra collision on Saturday at 2:30 as well. I don't know if it's going to be 1 hour or 2 hours. I'm assuming 2. And I know I didn't get spoiled on the matches, but I did hear a few people I've talked to a few people that said that the show went way too long for them. To which I took one of those first time memes and just put that as a reply. Would be sick if Shelton wins. Absolutely, I agree with you. If I'm going to start making picks in this match, I'm going to turn into Bobby Heenan. By the way, just for the record, folks, if you haven't seen the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal before, it's the final 2 that make the final. The final 2 go into a match next week at Hammerstein. Winner of that gets a title shot. And the Dynamite ring. Oh my God, they actually did it. Scissor me timbers. Are they actually going to do it? And Ricochet eliminates. And Bones did the smart thing. He dove for the ground as soon as he got thrown. And everybody's falling through the second rope and the bottom rope. My God, I feel bad for these referees. Ace Austin's showing off here. All right, chat. I got to ask you guys. What do you think about this? The fact that the Battle Royal isn't all in the ring. I think Ace botched there, and it don't matter because he wasn't going to finish, so. Reminds me of the Reverse Battle Royal. That's fair. And Bowens gets eliminated. Damn. All right, all right. This is the changeover, folks. So if you're watching in Canada, switch over to channel 701. If you're on TELUS. Oh, don't do this bullshit. All right, I'm going to be flipping back and forth here because I don't know exactly what's going on or how this is dealing with it. We might still be on TSN. They're showing some weird flight show on. Quite often what'll happen is they literally will cut off and then move along. If they've royally fucked this up, I swear. Well, what am I going to do about it? I'm just one guy, but I will put out an X post to Tony Khan, who usually, if something like this happens, they usually respond back. Well, like you're on a picture right now, right? Ricochet King of the Battle Royals in 2025, maybe. It wouldn't hurt me the fact that he would actually. The only reason I don't think he wins this is because we have he has that national title. So why do you want to give him a double shot like that? I know AEW is a little different that way, but that does allow it. But at the same time, I don't feel it's really worth it at this point. Like, to me, this Maximum Carnage show, like, it was perfectly lined up when Brian Cage won it the first year. Because that's literally what Brian Cage is there for, right? Maximum Carnage, one of the best video games ever made. Well, at least for that generation. With the cartridge color and everything. No, looks like we're going to be on TSN all the way through here, folks. Yep, we're back on TSN. All right, we're okay. We're back on the same channel. Don't flip anywhere. I had the picture set up for just in case, but oh, thank goodness. Oh, I love the beef part of the match. Too bad Hobbs isn't in this, but and Shelton just said yep. Ricochet. Wow. Let's go. Luchasaurus said Shelton Benjamin. And Benjamin's out. And Davis is out. And Luchasaurus is out. Oh, for 5 cents. Ricochet's going to be in the final too, isn't he? Just to drive everybody nuts. So are we actually down to 6, or is it 2 guys hiding underneath the ring? Go Rick O'Shea. Did you see Samantha Irvin's or Samantha the Bomb comment on X where she's like, soon to be one of the greatest heel managers in the world? You know what I'd really like to see here? Or what might actually work? Give me Brody and Josh as final 2. Told me about. Oh, fair enough. That's right. I did send you the picture of it. I should have put it in the group chat. Sorry. Well, there goes my pick. I was actually picking. Oh my God. Could we get a Brodito final, please? I love that Ricochet tried to back off, accidentally finds a chair right behind him. The only reason I don't think Bandito wins is because he goes for the 21 plex and someone throws him over. It's too easy of a spot to do. Brody eliminated himself. Are we down to 2 or 3? Ricochet. It's going to be Ricochet and Bandito. That's going to be fun. There it is, final 2. We got our Dynamite Diamond final coming up next week. In Hammerstein, these two. The Battle of the Guns. Which also is happening at the end of the night, too. Let's not forget that. That's going to be a fun match next week. You know what the sad part is? Yeah, no, well, MJF's in the title match, right? So he doesn't have a choice. Now, do I have to switch channels? Yep. Folks, change channels if you're in Canada here. I love Mox. Moxley showing off right now. I love it. Well, let's bring the graphic back up because we are back to the tournament one more time here. It's our final match of the night for the Continental Classic. which should be a very interesting match with two faces going at it. Two people that everybody really enjoy here. And they actually were tag team partners on Tuesday on Dark, if you didn't get a chance to see it. And they were actually working well together. But if you look in the standings right now, like, both these guys still have 3 matches. This is the first of 3 matches they have remaining. The way things are going right now, the winner of this is going to be... The winner of this has a decent shot. The loser of this match has pretty much got to win out. And frankly, the one thing they're going to have to hope for more than anything else is a few draws coming out the other way. If Orange wins this, there might be a possibility you look at Orange and Mox for that second spot. It all depends what Roddy does against Claudio. But if Dorada wins this, he's got Roddy and Takeshita left. And Takeshita's still got Orange left, so... My God, we could go all over the place on this. Sorry, I'm just looking at the bracket over here too, so... Like I said earlier after the last match, bravo to Tony Khan for actually... He's making the last week memorable. He's making the last week worth it. And that's all you can ask for when you're doing a tournament like this, right? And was it on Friday night that Dorada was taking on Pac in an absolute barn burner down in CMLL? Didn't want to shake hands? I understand that. This is warfare, man. You do not shake hands. And I'm with Tony here a little bit. The fact that it is a bit of a shocking point here. Sorry, people online, people I really enjoy working with, they lost Collision, so I'm like, nope, we just flip channels. But yeah, expect a huge overrun tonight here, folks. Like, as much as we talk about Collision ended up going over, or Dynamite went over 15 minutes. You can imagine how much over Collision's going to go. As we're going into... This one I will set for... There we go. Now I get to mute it here. And like, oh, I don't want to spend any money. Well, I'm sorry, you can't help it here at this point. And we've talked about this here on chat before, and I appreciate the fact that some people don't want to pay for both subscriptions, and it happens, right? Like, money is tight with this going on, but if you want to watch both, you got to get both. So it sucks for us here in Canada, but I know I'm keeping my subscription up. I do know that they do have some deals on it, so. Plus, I got to help the masses here because, we all together here love this stuff. Just like I love having all of you here tonight. If I haven't had a chance to say it, thank you once again for being here, both on YouTube and on Twitch. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with all you guys all year. And we got some new things coming around here next year. The one I'm staring at right now that's actually pretty funny that I can't use it yet. Vertical streaming will be a thing next year, whether it's we might go exclusively YouTube vertical, or we might be able to do 4 streams next year. Verticals both on Twitch and YouTube. There are some plans going forward that might be able to do that as well. So if that's the case, we'll do the sidecast on vertical. Don't know how much we're going to do gaming on vertical, but there's always a chance. But yeah, we'll talk about future plans in the future here. We don't need to worry about it right now. Because I know that you guys are... Like, we got a lot going on for wrestling this year. Now, I'm really looking forward to everything that's put on as a whole right now. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't get over to the button in time to mute that, so. Yeah, if they could get a chance to get up to Moxley's spot right now at 6th, and it's not tied for second, you guys, it's tied for third. But that big tie between Claudio and Takeshita is... That was huge. It also made a lot of sense with the fact that... So yeah, right after this, we're going to get Hayter and Dawn, which I wonder how much time they're going to get. Then the main event's going to be the tag title match. A little extra soul food. The Orange Cassidy gimmick could be so heelish if they wanted to. Just because, like, doing stuff like he just did, you could just mock people so easily. What I did actually, Boris, I took the plain draw. Like, realistically, it's just a black draw. I actually have my editing software up right now on one of my screens. And literally at the end of the match, I'm cutting and pasting the points in and adding it myself. So, with the fact that we only have 1 week left, it's actually going to be... It'd be cool to pick it up at the end of the night. Feel free to steal. I appreciate you. And I appreciate having you here tonight. If I had my Google Drive, I'd send it to you right now, but... No, are you still streaming, Boris? I'd assume that you're still on yet. Well, yeah, folks, Big Bad Boris, the head honcho over at, the head video honcho over at Love Wrestling CA. Really good dude, really good dude. made a ton of money for the Canadian Mental Health Association just a couple weeks ago. Big wrestling fan, especially an AEW fan. Orange not able to get the bit. Oh, God. So funny. Dorada doesn't feel like a guy that would do that as we're going along here, but come on, Excalibur. You're supposed to be able to not get confused that way. Ha! Block the tornado. Oh, I didn't block the second one. Sorry, I love playing troll. I will be honest. If it wasn't for Collision, I wouldn't be picking up USA and Canada, but I could also do a VPN thing. But all right, Mox versus Cassidy got real interesting real quick here. Very interesting. There's the updated brackets, folks. The only person not on the board is Jack Perry, and he's got Okada on Saturday, so I don't think that's changing much. Because what, he's got Okada on Saturday. How's he got Okada on Saturday? That's the question I got. No, it's Bailey and Okada on Saturday. That's right. It's Fletcher and Perry on Saturday, I do believe, as well. Fletcher's got to get some damn matches in. That's all I got to say about it. So, but yeah, looking at this, like 4 guys with 6 points going into the last 3 shows for the Gold League, and then 2 with 6, 2 with 7. Unfortunately, Perry and Roderick end up being the sacrificial lambs as we go into this. So. Unfortunately, we're getting into a little dicey situation, but that is the last Continental Classic match of the night. So we are going to get what? The next 3 shows are going to be a ton of matches for these. So, and Perry's basically going to have to work all 3 shows I wonder how things are going to line up for him, really. I don't expect much. I really don't. But as we get into this here, we got Jamie Hayter and Isla Dawn, which I'm really looking forward to. And then our main event tonight is going to be the Bang Bang Gang versus FTR for the tag titles. Which, do I expect a title change? Probably not. Do I expect some craziness to happen at the end that might move another match into World's End? Yes, most likely. To me, it feels like that's probably where we're going to end up here at this point. Let's get rid of that for the evening here. And yeah, just as we're getting into this, like we have, like I said, three shows left before World's End. Can you believe it is the 17th of December and we literally have 7 shows to go for AEW? We're going to have 7 shows in 13 days. We got Collision on Saturday. We got Dynamite and Collision. Sorry, 6 shows, I guess. Dynamite and Collision next Wednesday, Thursday. We got World's End. We got 5 more shows after this until the end of the year. With the New Year's Eve version of Dynamite coming up. Which I don't know if, are they going to have something live or are they going to have a best of? That's the only thing I'm wondering about. Um, Atta girl, Athena. All right. Well, we know one match that's going on Saturday. Jamie gets the hometown pop. Gotta love it. Gets to wear a lot more brighter colors tonight. At least Isla Dawn gets a full entrance tonight, too, so. Hey, we get to hear Nigel again. I didn't know if we heard Nigel in the last match or not. So we get Isla Dawn 2 weeks in a row here. I love it. Yeah, she was taking on Marina Shafir, and, well, Shafir ain't losing anytime soon. Come on now. Bringing up WWE gimmicks, that's rather interesting. The White Witch. And I will say WWE 2K stalwart for us in our draws here, having oh geez, Dawn good clothesline. These ladies are not holding back, are they? Damn. Like I said, these ladies aren't holding back whatsoever at this point. And Hayter flying out to the outside. This, in a way, is giving me Jody Threat vibes with Athena. Like, both these ladies ain't fooling around. They are literally going bomb for bomb with each other. Dawn is still getting the growing pains, which is fine. It's not like she's bailing a show if she's asked to jump. No, not at all. Could you imagine this being Tegan Knox tonight? Or Nixon Newell? Yeah. Yeah. Just
What the hell was that?
that's the Nixon Newell tonight. Like, seriously. It's rather frustrating to see. She had everything lined up for her. Just such a disappointment. But thank you for giving me the idea of running gag for our for Backbreaker Wrestling coming up. Which, if all goes well, we might actually debut it in 2 weeks. Could have been, oh well, I hope she enjoys that game. Booked on the indies too. I think she's had, what, 3 matches since then? There are indie promoters that are taking her. Because unfortunately, controversy creates cash, right? And having her there, I don't know if enough people care, really, but to me, it's either way. You know, I don't mind checking out her Twitch streams when she's on there. Everybody always enjoys sitting back and watching a little rage baiting on Call of Duty. Like, hell, if you guys see my clips, you know how much swearing I do during Fortnite, let alone Call of Duty, so. But yeah, just so much potential there lost, and that seems to be the most frustrating thing about it overall. And I think that's what we all feel. Like, here's the big thing, and this is why I appreciate what AEW has. AEW has the ability to, when something like that happens, okay, we don't need you, next. And realistically, it doesn't take a lot to build something up for somebody else. Frankly, just because when it comes to the history of a lot of these wrestlers, well, I'm not going to say all. I want to say actually a growing minority of fans know about the backstory about these wrestlers. And the reason I say a growing minority, as AEW gets bigger, as different situations bring more fans into AEW, whether it be the clips online of showing some amazing matches, whether it be another promotion pissing off fans, whatever reason it is, the more fans that come in here, the less that are going to know the product perfectly. And that's perfectly fine. I'd rather have that situation where fans don't know everything about what's going on and learning and wanting to stick around to find out all the details than having somebody that knows absolutely everything and sort of predicts exactly where it's going to go. So we got the nice little double down here. And you know Hater's winning this, just getting ready for the pay-per-view, but... All right, they got the women's tag on the show. All right, I'll call that a win. I will give it the WrestleFest one too. So she could be losing 2 belts on Saturday. Interesting. The fact that those 2 titles are the ones specifically on the line here, and the fact they are in England, I think it might make sense to drop those titles here. Like I said, I'm not looking for spoilers, and I haven't found any. I haven't been digging for much. And we'll talk about what happened on Collision on Saturday when we're here Saturday night. So we'll talk about it. Ow. Well, that's it. What was that, an ass buster? Basically, when you drop yourself straight down on your ass? Is that an ass buster or what? Now, is Statlander going to come out, or are they just going to do some chants and that'll be it? Uh-oh. Oh, goody. The Sisters of Training, I do believe, is what... Yeah. No, keep snapping your belt until Statlander's music hits. Oh, they actually hit her. Wait. What the heck? I wonder if, okay. No Saturday Night Fever, just a straight old pile driver to Sky Blue. Well, that worked. That was the most convoluted thing in the world, but... Okay, sorry, hold on. Let's back up here a little bit. Tekla has a weapon in her hand. She has a belt in her hand. Statlander runs down to the ring and she drops the belt. I'd be keeping that thing. I'd be smacking her the second she gets to the ring. Hashtag wrestling logic. Ugh. All right, we got our main event coming up here, and this is going to be a lot of fun, folks. FTR, Bang Bang Gang, tag titles. Last time an iteration of the Bang Bang Gang took on FTR. 52 minutes, 2 out of 3 falls in Calgary. One of the best tag matches you will see in AEW Collision history. Straight up. But as per tradition, as we get to our main event, we are going to go through a rundown of everything that's coming up on the channel here. Next time we're going to be live on YouTube is going to be next Wednesday with AEW Dynamite Christmas on 34th Street. Just remember, it is an early start time of 6 p.m. Eastern, so we will be here a couple hours early. No post stream tonight. Right after we're done, we're going to raid out and we'll be done tonight. We are tomorrow morning. We should be here early with Horizon Forbidden West, the Burning Shores DLC. We might finish it. We might not. We'll have to see what the. According to PlayStation, we are 90% done, so we got 10% to go, which tells me we might get a shot at finishing it tomorrow. And then no stream Friday. Saturday, the plan is to be here 8 p.m. Eastern with WWE 2K25 My GM mode. We'll do a little summary of what I thought about Collision before that. And then we'll get into our GM. We'll probably run 3 weeks just so we can get a little bit ahead. Just because right around Christmas, we might not get a stream in for 2K until the new year. So. And hopefully we'll be on Saturday. Or, sorry, Sunday. We're trying to do our Fortnite stream on Sunday instead of Monday this week. Last week, had a hell of a fun time with Raging Demon. Hopefully, I don't know exactly when the show's going up, but it should be coming up soon. We ended up talking for about an hour and a half, so the stuff he wanted to talk to me about eventually we got to in the last 2 minutes of the show, but I digress, so that means we'll get another part. But we will be here for both the 6 p.m. Wednesday AEW Dynamite on 34th Street, as well as the Christmas Collision on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going an hour earlier. So, yeah, please feel free to check it out. Just follow me on the socials. I'll try and give you guys, with everything going on, I might actually do a graphic up and put it up on the socials, including the Discord as well. So, but once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, throw a comment in, tell all your friends. Those on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. Hit the sub button if you really like what you got to see here. And remember, you do have a Prime sub. It is free, and it can go to anybody you want. So don't take that Bezos money and put it where it needs to be. But yeah, Zodiac, going back to your comment here, Stat Hater match will probably be good, but that part just showed the build has been meh. Because of the blood and guts, because of everything else going on, the Full Gear to World's End run is over a month. Is just a month, and that's the sort of the perils with the C2. Like, as much as we talk about how great the C2 is, the bad part is they don't have enough segments to really get into the disposition of a lot of feuds. Because basically you got 20-minute matches going the whole time here, and it's about the tournament, right? And that's something I talked about before we even started the C2, is the fact that a lot of the other feuds just go to the back burner. So now we got 3 title matches on top of the semis and the finals. So we're up to 6 guaranteed matches. I'm assuming Briscoe puts his title on the line as well. So I'll bring it up to 7, and then we'll fill in the rest of the spots with a couple other matches. As of right now, there's not even a tailgate brawl or anything on a 0 hour scheduled. So we literally could just be going right into a World's End, and that's it. Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Sports Illustrated gave all their wrestlers of the year to AEW. FTR got the tag spot. Hangman got the men's spot. And Mercedes got the women's spot. which I could see it in a way too. Like I hate to compare apples to sweat socks. And I'm not saying which one's which. But you could have a case for Io Sky for the Women's Wrestler of the Year. For me personally, it just seems like Io Sky in WWE is the equivalent to Kyle Fletcher in AEW. Anytime you see her out there, you know you're going to get a good match. Sorry, a little hair in the eyes here. You know, I only have 4 hairs and they seem to be disappearing all the time. Oh, that Stokely side just made my day. You have more hairs than brain cells at TKO. I'm just gonna give you that one right there. That should sum that up for you. I don't know if guns up around Cash Wheeler is a very smart move, to be honest here. But yeah, Nat Zodiac, thank you for chatting tonight. But no, when it comes to like, we could talk about top wrestlers of the year, but the thing is, the booking is so different between the two promotions. It really is. Like, I know it's just wrestling. He's guns out, yeah. Like, I'd almost say if you're going to talk about, you do have to talk about a best wrestler of each company separately. Because it totally comes down to what style of wrestling you're into. I find that, especially with the formulaic design of a lot of WWE matches, for good or bad, whichever way you want to put it, you can go either way on that. I'm not gonna hate on anybody for either one of those, but with fully out of here's the thing, Nats, he's not out of WWE. We still got 6 months. 2026 could have a lot of representation coming across for both sides. Let's not even kid ourselves here. Like we were talking about the Anna Jay contract running out. Foley is signed with WWE until June. And he said point blank, I am booked till June. I will not be showing up at any more of your events. And I'm making it very clear for you, I won't. However, when my contract expires in June, I will not be re-signing. But yeah, we were. But also, you talk about Bailey. Apparently, at the end of 2026 is when her contract's up, and she's talking about coaching like she did on the Dead Man podcast. To me personally, I think that is a lot of WWE speak. Her getting the opportunity to work with Mercedes one more time, whether it be as a team or a foe. And the fact that you can do all the coaching that she wants to do, all the training, all the mentoring. Could you imagine a Bailey or whichever word she wants, Bailey W as we call her. Could you imagine her as a trainer and somebody who can help backstage with the likes of Julia Hart, with the Ways of Sky Blue? And I bring up those two examples because we were talking about them earlier. with having those two and having other. She's gone. She wants the AEW run, if not for the opportunity to wrestle around the world alone. Absolutely. Like, she's getting out there. Like, the one thing she's smart about, more than anything else, and it's one of the biggest rules that you have as a wrestler, is as much as humanly possible, there's one word that you should learn. Yes. Anytime an opportunity presents yourself, yes, I will do that. That's why Bayley was a part of the All-Star game. That's why she's always on TV in San Francisco, where George Kittle's there all the time, and why she got to do this extra course, which in many ways WWE might be thinking that's a bit of an ID camp for a lot of things, but I think it's more to get her name out more than anything else, and just see who she works well with and try to get some extra contacts about where to go when she's done. She's not going to have any lack of suitors that are going to want to come and book her. Let's be straight up and honest about that. Like, I could honestly see her going to Stardom to do a couple matches, because Stardom is hella changed from what happened before. And getting the opportunity to work CMLL. But I just think the temptation... Does she come into AEW right away? I think TK would probably want it. Do I think it'll happen? Probably. I'm almost hesitant to think so. I almost think it might happen the same way that same thing that happened with Mercedes. Run the world a little bit, get your feet wet a whole bunch of different places, then settle down with AEW. Because, well, when you've been with a company as long as you have, sometimes you just gotta, chill on things and let them settle like that, right? She may do the Matt Cardona. Absolutely, she could do the Matt Cardona thing. And I don't see any promoter not wanting to work with her. Like, have we seen anything out of her that would constitute a reason that you wouldn't want to hire her? Like, as much as we kid about her early gimmick in NXT being the happy-go-lucky, the innocent star. Oh, there we go. There's your... Okay, never mind. We got different times here. Wednesday at 6. Christmas at 9. So we're actually late. She probably has fuck you money at this point. That's fair. And they're just doing 0 hour. They're not doing... Oh, they're not calling a tailgate brawl. They're just calling it a 0 hour at this point. Okay, so I made a mistake there. It isn't 7 Eastern, it's 9 Eastern. It's an hour later. On Christmas night, which actually is good because you can watch the Chiefs and Raiders get their Christmas Day game all the way through. Or better yet, on behalf of all Chiefs fans, had to get that in for you guys. I never saw why anybody would want to do a Vader bomb like that. Like, as soon as you straighten your legs out, you know you're eating 2 boots. Yeah, I think Austin just didn't get himself over far enough, and Dax had to sort of like, yeah, I'm grabbing you. You better move your ass. Attaboy, Nigel. I had so much juice, I get a bottle of wine for that. So, yeah, I don't know how much time we're going to go over on this one tonight, but I assume these guys got their time cut. At least a little bit. What were they trying to do there? Dax did not kick out. That was 3. That was horse shit. That was a horse shit 3 call there. Tia Hale won a title on that. Could you imagine they get the titles at that point? Jesus. Ref, why you fuck on me? Yeah, I'll be honest. I saw the video, and yeah, if it was a botch, well, you know what? I can understand why when you have like a 150-pound woman, 120, 150, whatever it is, literally land on your sternum, you're going to get the wind knocked out of you. And I'm sorry, things happen. You want to treat it like a sport? Treat it like a sport then. If this is supposed to be some new era. Oh, and they splashed. Attaboy. Oh, I thought they would get it there. 310 to Yuma. Let's go. There's no reason to get frustrated here. Oh, that's it. Well, Austin's dead. And that's how you end it. Into the post. No tag partner. Oh, never mind. And Cash is a few octaves higher now. Well, somebody got shattered. There's no machine there. Foot on the rope. Oh, God, not this stupid ending. Oh, and now they're going to go for the pile driver, and that'll be... Well, what are they doing here? Ow. Okay, that sucked. India Deathlock. He's going to have to tap out. Not a big fan of that ending. But it is apropos for FTR. Because that's a Smoky Mountain kind of finish. At least we can openly say that wasn't a botch. So how many matches are they advertising for Saturday? 3? 4? Yeah, they're doing 2 hours on Saturday. All in all, a good night of wrestling once again. Like, nothing... A lot of matches that didn't involve the tournaments are basically rushed into a position right now. Like, and Zodiac, you talked about it perfectly through that. Story building match. We all knew FTR would win. You have to plant the seeds. Absolutely. I do feel like this is going to be a rematch of World's End between these two. Just because of the controversy of the finish and whatnot. The only difference is in this one, it actually looks like it's a legit controversy. The other one that happened yesterday literally was a 3 count, and they just didn't deal with it properly. But when it comes to the women's world title, when it comes to the men's world title, like, there hasn't been a lot of build to it. We know they're going to be good matches, but they're almost going on the star power rather than the actual storyline. And I guess that's sort of enough right now with the fact that the C2 is keeping everybody preoccupied. And like I said, having the C2 be here right now for people that are so busy with other things in life that they don't get a chance to focus really on AEW a whole lot, like Christmas and all the other things, the end of the year, like we talked about, it actually turns out to be not bad. We'll see how everything develops next week. We'll see how everything develops on Saturday, because I got a feeling those Continental Classic matchups are going to really determine where we go for the last week here. So, for all we know, Okada could cinch himself a playoff spot already before even getting into our last set of matches. Because if Okada beats Perry, I think he's in. But I'd have to look over and double check that. All in all, like I said, a good show tonight. Long show as always. But realistically, it's only, 5 minutes over time for the 3 hours? That's not exactly the worst thing in the world here, so. But yeah, let's send you guys off for tonight. I'm going to tap out because we're going to be going early tomorrow with Horizon Forbidden West as we try to get closer to finishing things off here. Send you guys over to Walker. He's playing a little Conker's Bad Fur Day, I do believe. Yeah, he's getting crude and rude, so let's send you over that way. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. It's always a pleasure. And for those watching on YouTube, once again, thank you for being here as well. Whether you've been lurking, whether you've been chatting, or just looking for a good time, it's always appreciated. And always remember, be part of the solution. And we'll see all you next time on the Mike Drift Twitch channel and the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.